There's a lot going around right now, a lot of information, misinformation, confusing information around the world of ranking on ChatGPT and Perplexity and these LLMs, large language models, in case you guys don't know what that stands for. And I did team training earlier today with my team about this as well, because we have some clients sending us reels that other people are posting or, blog posts or whatever it is, talking about LLMO. Have you guys ever heard of that? Large language model optimization, so ranking in ChatGPT and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. So basically, what I want to dispel right off the bat is you need to do something wildly different to rank in all these search engines or whatever you want to call them, AI. You don't really need to do that much different. So we're going to do a couple searches and we're just going to compare what Google's results are versus what we see in ChatGPT or anything like that, just from a straight up, like, we're going to do the same search on both. Now, if you're doing research or asking more in-depth questions, those answers may vary for a bunch of different reasons. But if it's something simple, then it's probably going to be pulling the same stuff. And I'm actually like, now I'm thinking I'm going to use an example that my wife told me that she used this last weekend. So let's just first off start by I'm going to share my screen. Um, so the first thing is there's this new file type that just came out, llms.txt, and basically it's like a sitemap for LLMs, right? And that's what it says here, meant for consumption by LLMs. It's basically plain English. It has posts, links, pages, any kind of other service or category pages that you have. They're all listed here. And the idea is that this makes it easier for ChatGPT or AIs to browse your website, to grab data, to grab information, and then give summaries in the results. So I've obviously turned this on because if it does work, great. I want to be like one of the first people using this, and I want to lead by example as well. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. It's not really doing any harm. So I'll show you how to turn this on in a sec. The only plugin that it works with is Yoast SEO right now. So if you're using Yoast, you can easily turn this on. If you're not, you might have to create it manually or get ChatGPT to do it for you. So I'm just going to open up, oops. Oh no, I need that open. So I'm going to open up ChatGPT and say, can you read this file? Right? Oops, not Yoast SEO. I want this LLMs one. Can you read this file? And let's just see if ChatGPT can actually read this. So it looks like the file is behind a Cloudflare protection page. I don't use Cloudflare, so I can't directly access its contents. Would it be possible to paste the code here or in any other way? So you're telling me you have no way to access this page, right? There's it can't find the page. It's getting hit with some kind of CAPTCHA, something. Um, I've edited my HT access doc. I've tried basically everything that I could do. I've contacted the hosting company. They're saying there's nothing in place to prevent AI from grabbing this page, right? And then we'll just do like a regular page on my site. Um, let's see. Let's see. Searching on the web, it can find that page. No problem. Let's try like another one. Hey, Tony, we'll do sitemap. Let's see if it can read this. Okay, let's go. I tried reviewing, but it's behind a protected layer, Cloudflare verification, so it can't read that either. So what this is telling me is if they can't read sitemaps, actually, you know what? They can read sitemaps. Um, what are the content gaps from here and this site? And we'll just use these guys here. Oh, you know what? Hold on, sitemap. Hold on. Wait. I did something wrong here. Sorry, that's not my actual sitemap. My sitemap is something sitemap sitemap index. Sorry. So it should be able to find this. I've used this a bunch of times. I'm like, why wouldn't it be able to find? So it does list the URL mentioned. However, like other XML behind Cloudflare protection, I tried but hit a blocked page. They used to be able to do this. I don't know if it's just this chat that I'm using today, um, but they've been able to access this. Like if I go show me the content gap between this page, this site, and this site. There's just another local guy. Let's see, do they have a sitemap? Oh my God. Well, it doesn't look like they have a sitemap. The hell? Unless I'm being blocked for some reason. Okay, so that works. Why don't I just take this actual site? Let's see if it can read it now. Sometimes you have to prompt it in a different way to get it to read. So it's not able, it's behind protection. Um, abstain, check up the fried. Okay, what's it saying? Open, copy paste the XML here. So apparently it's not able to actually grab that for some reason. Search the web. Okay. So anyways, it's having issues with that, but we can clearly see that it can read the actual content on your site. So that tells me that we should be publishing content on our website, right? Helpful content because it can crawl that, it can find that from if it's going on Google, if it's going on Bing or Yahoo or whatever other search engine to find those results. So that's the first thing is there's this like LLMs text um, that ChatGPT is not able to read. And guys, if I can't get this to work by contacting my hosting company, by not using Cloudflare like it's saying that I am, there's something that is blocking this. I don't know what, but if I'm having this issue, I feel like a regular business owner is probably not going to figure something out. So, how useful is this going to be? And are LLMs going to be leaning on this file? I'm thinking at this point, probably not, unless all website hosts and whether it's Wix or Squarespace, they all just make this available and there's no issues, right? So I think we're a little bit of ways away from this having any real impact. But if you just want to turn it on, just in case, if you're using Yoast, just go to Yoast SEO. You need premium, unfortunately, for this. If you go to settings, it'll load up this page. Scroll all the way to the bottom and LLMs text. You can just turn it on there and it creates the file for you. Um, Now there's something else that they are talking about as well. It's a dot, it's basically adding .md to the end of every page on your website, which is supposed to make it plain text, easy to read. Um, let's see, .md. That doesn't do anything. I just want to verify that it is .md file. Plain text markdown language format text. So basically it takes, scrapes everything and puts that there. For LLMs, let's see, a preferred format for LLMs. Um, if we do Yoast, Yoast says that it does it, but this feature doesn't do it. Let's see. Yeah, create plain text version. So there's a map of a cheat sheet showing what your site is about. Clean plain text versions of that content in .md files. Let's see here. LLM's text. I don't see .md anywhere on this page. So it's clearly not doing that. Maybe the integration is not 100% there yet, but if that is the case, if it is creating these files and ChatGPT can read them, fantastic. At this point, nobody's going to go through and do that for their entire website. So you can turn on the feature. I don't think it's going to have a huge impact at this point. So the next thing I want to kind of talk about is I saw this reel today. Help ChatGPT discover your product. So if you're a product or service-based business, you can come here to this page, just open AI, ChatGPT, search product discovery. Um,
Recording in progress.
Emmanuel, I'm recording already. Oh wait, that's the recording of mine saying that maybe over and over again. Also, guys, just mute yourselves so that that doesn't happen because that will take over my screen and people in the recording might only hear you doing that, or if you're on a call or something. Um, so yeah, it's basically saying make sure you're not blocking ChatGPT from accessing your site, which clearly I'm not, although it can't read that file. And then here, sign up to be notified when feed submissions open. You can actually apparently sign up and ChatGPT will start recommending your products and just like kind of make it a little bit easier. So I've added, I've signed up like to get notified. These things I never get notified of shit. Right? I don't know about you guys, but I never get notified. What like when the Nintendo Switch 2 was like sign up for the presale, I signed up for the presale. I didn't get a fucking link. Um, so anyway, signed up here. So basically it can start recommending your products because you're telling it exactly the price, you're giving it all the metadata, all this kind of stuff, and it's crawling your site in that way. But right now, this feature is not available, at least not for me. Um, so file access issue there. What was the next thing that I wanted to? Okay, so we're gonna come into ChatGPT. We're just gonna open up a new chat, and I'm. This is the search my wife did, and we're gonna see uh if this matches Google. I'm traveling from Ottawa to well, Tremblant. I don't know if that's how you type it or spell it. Um, and I'm looking for cute little towns to stop in along the way. What are some good destinations um, with antique shops and thrift shops, stuff like that? So this should be able to show me all of that stuff. And like, if I type this into Google, it's probably not going to do anything. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what the difference is here. So it's saying Merrickville and Wakefield. Let's see here. I'm just gonna get rid of this. So there's Perth, Ontario, Smith Falls, Almonte, Merrickville area on the Quebec side. So it has all this suggested itinerary, Ottawa to Perth via Highway 7. So it's giving you information here. Other options, Merrickville and Wakefield. Does it mention Wakefield here anywhere? No. So the Merrickville part of it is, I think, the only one that it is actually mentioning. Jewel of the Rideau, short drive from Ottawa, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't have AI mode available yet in Canada here on Google. The AI mode probably would give me something similar to what ChatGPT is saying, but this is Google's AI overview and it's grabbing this from other content, right? So all these blog posts, all this stuff here. Um, so what I want to do now is let's see here. So Ottawa, Perth, antique shops. Um, so where should I go in Perth? Also, Perth is a beautiful, lovely little town, village, whatever you want to call it. I've been there a couple times. Fantastic. Okay. So now if I do a search like Perth, Ontario, antique, antique shops. Let's see what we get. Gore, Red Brick, Perth Flea Market. Let's see. Gore, Perth Flea Market, Joydom, Camera Trading Company. So these are antique. And then the thrift shops, Jewel. So oh, there's actually a whole bunch. And it's actually suggesting routes too, which is really, really great. Um, so let's see here. On Google, it's saying Gore. Is Gore the first one? So Gore is the first one. So what that tells me is they're looking here for a little bit of information, and they're probably browsing the websites as well to see what these places actually do. So Gore Street Antique Market, it has antiques in the name. Let's see what their website says. Their website is a Facebook page. Don't you fucking hate that? Why don't you have a website, dude? I guess it's because they're an antique market. Okay. So the other thing that I want to look at as well is like how many reviews they have and what the average rating is. So 242 reviews for a 4.5, 61 for a 4.6, and 69 for a 4.3. So this might also take into account the day. So whether it's open or not, right? So if we look for Perth Flea Market, it's closed today. Let's see here if there's anything that it's going to show me. Do we see Perth Flea Market? Okay, so it's number two, open Monday to Saturday. Okay, so it is open. So MapQuest, it shows where it's grabbing that information from, and the website. Um, I guess it's closed. Well, it shouldn't be closed. Shouldn't be closed today. Weird. Okay, maybe it's like a holiday or a day off or something. So, Red Brick Emporium, let's look at the next one. So that is all the way down here, extras and hidden gems. So the way that Google is interpreting this is slightly different than what ChatGPT. So it's saying a lovely shop blending vintage and artisan home goods. So it's not quite an antique shop as far as ChatGPT thinks. Let's just see here. Live in comfort, art supplies. Yeah, so it is very much not a oh my God, antique shop or like a flea market. Or what did I say? Thrift shop. So it has all these kind of things. Like, yes, maybe some of this is reclaimed, but for the most part, like all this stuff looks fairly new. Um, so let's go back here. Actually, let's go back to Google. What was the third one? Flea market. So it does mention that one. Where is that? So that's number two here. And it's number three on here. Let's just look, like, let's see what um, TripAdvisor has to say. So where are the, okay, so it's just literally about the Gore Antique Market. Um, yeah, so they rank one, so they rank up here, two, three, let's see here, Gore Antique Market number one, Rito Antiques, they're not on this list. Red Brick Emporium, so they're showing up there. Gore Antique Market. Um, Perth Antique Show, is that on this list? I didn't see it at all. So basically what I'm looking at, like if you're ranking, it looks like top one, two, and then they've broken it down because I gave them kind of two different things. Um, and then three. So if you are ranking in the map pack up here, if you are ranking like Perth Flea Market is number one there, and that definitely shows up. If you're ranking in the first five results, let's say, and other, um, I guess publications or other like TripAdvisor, other websites are linking or talking about your website. So like they're talking about the Gore Street Antique Market. Like this doesn't even link to the Gore Street Antique Market page, right? So they're using, oh my God, what's it called? Not semantic, but they're using because they've talked about this, they are referencing that in the content, even though it's not linking to the actual website at all. So this tells me that it's important to be listed in as many directories or lists or local things as possible, especially if you're a local business. Um, if you have a chamber of commerce, if you have any local newspapers or local directories or anything like that, or TripAdvisor or Yelp or even Google reviews or Google business profile, you should be listed on all of those things and try to get reviews there, try to get people talking about it. Um, it looks like it's pulling a lot of this stuff there. Now let's just look for Joydom, quaint antique shop. Let's see if this is listed anywhere here. Joydom. All right, let's see. So it's a home goods store. It's tiny. There's one review. Like why is this even listed? Home goods store in Perth, Ontario. What are they? They're calling this antique and vintage stores. Um, it doesn't quite fit. Maybe it does. Um, but they have obviously done something. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look. I haven't done the search, so I'm legit just looking at this stuff about maybe they're grabbing information from the about page. Um, they're not using antique or thrift. Insert the year 2020 here. Um, really weird that that one is coming up. So sometimes I guess you can get lucky a little bit. Where are they grabbing this information from? Okay, so they're like it's literally other directories. Flea Market, MapQuest. Um, and if you notice the titles of all these, thrift stores in Perth near me, top 10 best antique stores in Perth, Gore Street Antique Market, all you need to know. They probably have a link there, Gore Street Antique Market. So they've obviously linked from this page, from their Facebook page to that market, which is telling us that not only is ChatGPT and our LLMs looking at your website, but they're also looking at your social media feeds and all that kind of stuff as well, in addition to a whole bunch of other websites to give you these results. So, although I will say that the oh my God, what's it called? That the Google search missed this place, Joydom. I don't know if it would necessarily be the best fit for the search that we're looking for. Um, because that's not really what we're looking for in terms of this search. So let's just stop there for a sec. Does anybody have any questions? I see the chat blowing up with stuff. What did you guys ask in the chat here? Okay. Um, I'm real new to SEO work. We're referring sitemaps on client websites correctly, conceptually. Yes, sitemaps is on a client website. Just demoing if AI can even read it. Yep, that's what I thought. Thanks for confirming. ChatGPT organizing based on Google business profile categories. It's entirely possible. So I have this. Oh my God, where is it? Okay, oh, it's behind here. So categories, flea market, right? Let's see categories here. Will this update? Gift shop, antique store, boutique, do it yourself, event venue, all this kind of stuff. It's so I think it's pulling primarily from, yes, the category, but then also in the name. So they're talking about that they're a flea market. I typed in antique shops. It's saying antique here. Antique store is one of theirs. Let's see, wait for this extension to pop up. If it does, is it going to pop up again? Okay, there it is. So flea market. Um, come on. I want to see red brick. Okay, that one's not popping up. But the extension that I have is called Plepper, Plepper. And when you go to maps and stuff like that, it'll show you. Let's open a maps. It'll show you that information here. It should pop up around here somewhere. Um, yeah, so if you want to grab that, feel free. Plepper, again, local SEO tools is what we're using for this. Um, so yes, it's grabbing from the category, but then also like how other people are categorizing it as well. So it's saying the best antique stores, for example. Um, well, this one's only showing one. Um, best antique stores in Perth, Ontario. Um, So again, we have Rito Antiques. Actually, that wasn't showing up, but that's a little bit farther away. Gore Street, Antique Emporium. Um, yeah, so this list is actually totally different. But it looks like I don't know if it's going down the entire first page of Google because it really is grabbing a lot of the same results here. So I want to do a different search. Let's just say, um, I don't know, somebody give me a search. You can just unmute and give me a search and we'll compare that. Anybody? Is anybody there? Hello, Mark. Give me a search. I see ya. Trying to unmute. What are you doing? Are you typing? Um,
Yeah, I've tried. I think I put it in the chat.
I don't see in the chat.
So, caricaturists.
Like near me kind of thing.
Yeah, it's C
How
A R I C. CARIC. Yeah, that's it.
near me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to use my precise location, but this is close enough. So we have Caricatures Incorporated, Bruce Outreach Productions, Toon Goons Art. Okay. So we'll just do the exact same search here, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's eerily similar. So we have Bruce, Marcus. Okay. Let's see here. Caricatures Incorporated, Bruce, Toon Goon Arts. Let's see here. Bruce. Oh, wait, what was the first one? Caricatures Incorporated. So it's likely what I'm saying here, excuse me, because these don't match, only really the first one does, unless yeah, so it's only showing those three. So oh, based in Burlington, that's like so I just want to say some of these are a little bit far away. This says Grimsby area, Ontario. Burlington is not close. That's maybe like 35, 40-minute drive, depending on traffic. 32 kilometers away, um, 25 kilometers away. Let's see here. So I'm just going to change near me to Beamsville because that's a little bit more accurate. Um, okay, let's see here if this shows up. So Taylor's Tunes, I think that's probably Toon Goon, maybe. Bruce, Tim Hugh, P Vent, Adam, whatever, Art Smart, caricature creators. So we have all of these. Let's go back to what ChatGPT is saying. So served in Burlington. It's kind of crazy that it's pulling ones that are so far away for hire in St. Catherine. So Bruce is number one there. Where was Bruce here? So number two. Let's see here. So Jeremy Stock, Big Head Cartoons. Is Bruce on this list? Brucey Boy. He is not on the list. Taylor's Tunes, Taylor Pool, Niagara Falls. This is kind of close to us as well. So we have Bruce. So it's look like I don't know where it's pulling this from. Event Event Detective. Um, so entertainers near Grimsby. I'm not seeing. Okay, so Bruce is there as well. Hmm. Yeah, so I'm really not quite sure how it's grabbing Marcus Jardine. Let's just see. So it's way down here. So yes, Bruce is, all right, that's Oh yeah, live caricature, caricature. Um, let's see here. We got Marcus, so he's not showing up there. That's not right, Marcus. Let's load some other ones. So, as far as I can tell, right now it's pulling ones that are listed multiple times. Let's try the other one here. Tyler's Tunes, was that one of them? No, and this Miriam is the last one. Miriam is on this list as well. So by looking at this, I'm like, okay, these people, like one, yes, we are doing like a proximity search, and if it doesn't know exactly where you are, it might give you slightly different results. Um, but I would look at this site and be like, okay, these three people are listed on eventactive.com, Grimsby, Ontario entertainers. Like maybe I need to be on that list if I want to be on the ChatGPT recommendations because it looks like they're grabbing a decent amount from here. Let's just see. I want to see on these other lists. So these people aren't listed there, which tells me like this might not be um, that good of a website to be listed on necessarily, although like you want to be listed everywhere that you can. Miriam, so it's not showing up. So it could be a bunch of different reasons, but let's just see what ChatGPT is saying. So they are in Grimsby, Ontario, which is a lot closer than Bruce Outridge, which is they're based like 35 minutes away, 32 kilometers from Grimsby. Where the fuck does that? What does that mean? 25 from Grimsby. So this could be like closer to my area, maybe. Um, actually, let's see. Provides approximately 25 kilometers away. Um, so yeah, basically what we're looking at here is find where, and you might need to do this for specific keywords that you want to rank for, but find where ChatGPT is grabbing that information from. So it's not Yelp, it's not the Bash. It looks like it, and it's not, sorry, it's not Gig Salad, Gig Salad. It's not them. It looks like they're grabbing a lot of it from there. And then also from what's being listed on Google here. Um, actually, not really that much being listed on Google. Let's see where like Miriam, it looks like there aren't any great matches for your search. I just want to see where this other person, and I know this seems like I'm like going on about this, but it's um this is the process. This is what we would do to really figure out where ChatGPT and like it's gonna grab it from different places all the time. Not necessarily all the time, but likely. So we have this person here. So English teacher, is this them? Count as private. Teacher, probably not. Let's see this. This is another music one. Vice president of this. I'm a music teacher. Expert, expert, expert. Miriam. Did I write that correctly? So it's missing character, caricature. Let's see. Entertainers. So Waterdown, that's even farther away. And where's it pulling from? Right? That same event active site. So this tells me this is probably a pretty site to be listed on. Let's just see here. I'm going to go into SEMrush, and this is 100% something that I would do to investigate. So this site, let's take a look at the authority. 61. That's extremely high. They're getting almost 800,000 visitors a month. So out of all the other sites, like let's just take a look at Gig Salad, for example, and compare that. Oops, not seam. Let's take a look here. 44. Um, can I see the traffic? I need to move this thing. They're getting a lot less traffic. So what this is telling me is ChatGPT is not only referencing what Google is saying and in some cases just ignoring it, but also looking at the other websites that are linking or talking about these people, not necessarily even linking to them, right? So Bruce, Marcus, and Miriam, for whatever reasons, they have the correct signals coming to their site. So event, yeah, you could even see right here. I don't even know if you need to do all the stuff that we just did. Um, they were linking to, oh my God, where was it? Event, yeah, Event Tective, and then Bruce, Book Entertainment. So this is basically telling us like where they're pulling all this information. And he also has a website as well. So it looks like this guy has the most going on for him in terms of like event active, event active, event active. So it's these results look like they're all being pulled from this one site. So if you're a character art or a caricature artist, you're in this area or one of the areas that this website covers, definitely just get on this list, right? Because that'll help. But then also not only get on the list, but have other people talking about you as well and have a website talking about it as well, right? Like 12, 1, 6, what is that? Uh, oh my God, why can't I do quick math? 19. So 21 references there versus 9 references here versus 6 references here, right? So does that say something? Right? When I've done these searches in the past, like caricature artist is obviously a lot more specific, but like the ones that I was doing, where was where the fuck is oh, I'm in ChatGPT. Oh my God. Um, so let's just go back to like best pizza Beamsville, right? And I'm gonna do the same search on ChatGPT. And let's honestly just compare this because it is a local search as well. So here are the top rated spots for pizza in Beamsville, Ontario, covering anything from classic pies to gourmet slices. Gigi's Pizza House, your neighborhood Pizza Co., Pizza Central, Family Pizza Shawarma. What do we got here? Gigi's Pizza Central, your neighborhood pizza company. Right, matches up completely. Let's look at TripAdvisor. Gigi's Pizza, neighborhood pizza company, Family Pizza and Shawarma. Pizza Central is number 4 in this case. Let's look and see. So then Pizza Central's here. Gigi's Pizza House. Gigi's Pizza House is listed on TripAdvisor. 10 best pizza places. Let's see Yelp. These are based on reviews, obviously. So Gigi's Pizza House, Pizza di Nonna. That didn't show up on any other lists. Noni's Pizzeria. You had me at pizza. This place is fucking terrible, by the way. Not great. Family Pizza and Shawarma, Domino's, Little Caesars. So some of them aren't even listed on Yelp. So does that tell me that maybe Yelp's not the best directory? Should you still be in it? Absolutely, because obviously helping Gigi's Pizza House. But let's go Family Pizza Shawarma, your neighborhood pizza company. They still have the HostGator as their favicon. Website doesn't look great. Um, fucking terrible. It's a pizza house, neighborhood pizza company, and they have what is this? A meatball sub? Doesn't fucking make any sense. Scan me, order online now. So it's not the best website, but they have something, right? And the other thing to look at as well is when you type in best, um, or best pizza, Beansville, or wherever your place is, like look at the reviews, right? So it's showing like the top rated place by the average star rating, not necessarily how many ratings they have, right? So they have 138 versus 145 versus 413, right? So GG's Pizza Central, your neighborhood pizza co. GG's, your neighborhood pizza co. Pizza Central. Um, yeah, it's basically pulling from those sources. So with all of this, it's look at dimensions, look at where things are coming from. So TripAdvisor plus 15, TripAdvisor here, Neighborhood Pizza Company, TripAdvisor, Reddit, people are talking about it there. Pizza Central, or sorry, yeah, Pizza, that's just their website. Yelp, Pizza Nona plus 15. So Bonus TikTok review, right? You can go to TikTok, right? So it's actually pulling content from TikTok, right? So if you have people talking about you on social media, like we were talking about in the first post or in the first search we did on social media, you're in TripAdvisor, you're in all these other directories, you have other people mentioning you online, whether it's leaving reviews or uploading pictures or checking in or whatever it is, like all of that stuff plays into this. But I will say from this search here, this one specifically, like it is about how people are ranking on Google very closely matches to what is happening on ChatGPT. And now it's not always going to be this way, as we saw from the first example, um, but ChatGPT is pulling a lot more data, right? It's pulling from a lot more sources than just what I guess part of it, like what I'm trying to say is ChatGPT's crowdsourcing the information. They're looking at a bunch of shit, whereas Google's looking at a bunch of shit, but it's different shit. So ChatGPT is taking into account what Google's doing, but they're also looking at TripAdvisor and, all these other directory kind of whatever you want to call them sites and making their own result for that. And a lot of times, like if TripAdvisor and all these other sites are saying the same stuff that Google's saying, it's going to show you the exact same result. So get on those lists, have your website, optimize your website, do all that kind of stuff. That's going to be it for now. Basically, get on lists, have other people talking about you, and like I don't want to say most importantly, but probably most importantly, have a good product or a good service. And even if you have a service, you can still call it a product. Have a good product, make sure people are happy with your service, go above and beyond to service them, and get people talking about you online. If you have a brick and mortar shop, do like influencer events. Like my wife was literally just at one for like a realtor or something like that. And she's going to be posting that person's name, probably tagging it, geotagging it, geotagging it. Um, Doing that kind of stuff. And then there's going to be engagement on that, right? So it's taking all of this stuff into account. But then on the other end of things, if you can talk about on your website your services or your products in more detail and answer questions that people are actually asking, that will further help you rank in all of these LLMs, AIs, ChatGPTs, whatever you want to call them.